It is 4:20. Now it's 4:21 because all the bullshit that I had to do to get on the live stream. But hey, I've been taking my toes. Good friend of mine came through yesterday and essentially gave me some flowers. You never hear of a guy giving another guy flowers until you're dealing with Bud. Wow, the world has become backwards. It's only gonna get a little more intense, but essentially, this ride is what we make of it. So, I don't know. You can see certain things in reality. Then just, I don't know, pay attention to the things that you see that make you happy. I think that's the only advice I can give. Thank you. Oh, hey. So, someone's here. I wonder if I could check it. Nope, cannot check. I wonder if I could receive a comment. Yeah. What up? I knew it was you. I was gonna say it too. I was like, is it 56 blends? um, prophetic and shit. But yeah, honestly, I haven't gotten high, like legitly cannabis high in a good while. I thought, why not? But my relative was messaging me on Messenger, and I was trying to get on the live stream, and I just barely made it for 420. No, it was 421 when the stream started. So, um, I have baby lungs because I haven't smoked in a good while, which is good because this should last me a good while. I just need to keep it hydrated and whatnot. So you been 56 blends? Is that what you want me to go by whenever I reference your name? Cause I could call you by your name or whatever alias you would like. I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to uh, pull out people's real names either if they're not comfortable. But obviously, my real name's out there because my handcuffs are not of this world. Hmm? What you been up to? What are you up to? Are you still on the stream or did you did you DC? I think you were disconnecting a lot last time, weren't you? I can't I can't remember exactly what happened. That's right. I'm gonna call you Mr. President then. Hey, but if I call you Mr. President, doesn't that kind of doesn't that kind of yeah, I thought so. Honestly, I did kind of see like it's something was happening, and I was kind of tripping out on it because I didn't know if it was like someone else coming in and out. But yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. Did you end up rewatching that last video, I mean, the last stream that we did, you were getting disconnected. Did you ended up going back and watching the whole thing? Just out of curiosity. Yesterday though, yesterday, oh my god, yo. Essentially, I was recording with this thing. Bad idea. It doesn't transmit audio, but it does read it as a microphone. So I don't understand why there are certain ways of recording with this thing connected. It doesn't work. It doesn't pull audio through. So I don't know if it's a fault in the cable or excellent. Excellent. Nice, nice, nice. Um how about the algorithms? Did you happen to catch any of the algorithm videos? Cause I actually put up the entire list of algorithms for alpha, according to the sets of three, and I might as well just bring it on out since we're already in connection. Alright, I was gonna save this for a more structured video, but since you're here, you know, basically, I give out all the codes for the sets of 2 or 3 letters. You know, like A plus A equals B, right, etc. But only for things that equal alpha. Alpha. So essentially, right, we got all these letters, and I actually pronounce them in Spanish because L, M, N, the M and the N kind of, but in Spanish you could barely. It's still a little bit of a tongue sticker, like the words kind of do sound similar, M y N, but in Spanish the M is actually a little more clearer than the English pronunciation of both those letters, which are distinct but similar, and yet they put them together. Why? You know what I mean? Why would they put them together to struggle for attention, per se? I'm gonna go outside. I'm honestly, I might be the one having DC issues currently. So if that's because of me, forgive me, but that is indeed why I'm gonna head outside, because this room is indeed not to my liking of recording. Yeah, it was trip, right? Like right now it says 0, but earlier it said 2. It said 2 and then 0, then not sure if I said 2 again or a 1 and 0. It's still showing 0, but it's cool. Like I said, I need to go outside because one, this room is very stuffy, and B, the connectivity of the stream is not all right. I don't like it. Okay. Yeah, that's it. So essentially, I'm gonna need a cable. Okay. Loud noise, loud noise. Sorry. Let me get my thing ready, like that. Okay. Got this, got that, etc., etc. Don't go anywhere. No. If anything, shoot. If anything, the video is gonna be there still. Hopefully, I don't, get flagged or anything. Looks like what? Um, really now? Your garage? Do you mean? Do you mean your garage looks like mine? I think that's what you originally meant to say. No, I'm just teasing you, bro. Okay, what the fuck? Yo, I was I was basically picking up pens because I'm trying to get like different colors, or pick up different colors, and I got both the same color. This is this is sad. I don't know where my pens went, but regardless, let us continue. Turn this off. Come on, turn off. Okay. That's it. Okay. Okay. Got this, got that. Let's go. Oh, that's right. The fucking cable. Where is? I just need one more thing, which is the charger head, and basically I'm taking my cable with me. Oh, there's the charger head. Okay, so I found it. So, here we go. All right. All right. Alrighty. Let's get a move on. All right. I am ready. Okay. Yeah. See. So, if you notice, my what the fuck? If you notice, the count view went up. Now it died out again. I don't know what's up with it, but essentially this information is for the viewing. Let's see. Okay, so there's a huge reason why, right? True. It's just kind of a mess out here, but it's cool out here. I mean, fresh air and whatnot. Dun, 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 dun. See if I could rearrange this the way I had it. I had boxes and whatnot. Just give me a second. Damn. Closer to the floor. So, I had a dog. I don't know if I've mentioned the story on any of my YouTube videos yet. I think I did once or twice. But my dog bit me, and I had to go through a process of giving him space to kind of miss me in a way. He just died on Saturday. It's a trip. Not much to say about it, because why regret anything? Like, I might be getting shit. I might be getting that what's the word? Kind of erroneously to say that okay, cool. Had to find a good angle. Sorry all the commotion and whatnot. But damn, that was very unintentional. It's because my foot was too close to the box that it's on. Anywho, yeah, what? Whatever. I thought I heard someone scream. Can you hear that? There's a siren in the background. It sounds, yeah. What kind of sirens though? Like honestly, I've kind of forgot which one is which. I'm pretty sure the cops have like two different sounds they use, or maybe even three or more. But essentially, that one to me could sound like either a cop siren or that of a ambulance. Most likely it was an ambulance, but I, 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 I cannot I cannot say specifically. Okay, so here we go. So we're ready. Basically, this is what I put in the other video, but I didn't put this specifically. I put from the actual notebook, right? A equals, what the fuck? Hold on. All right, it's charging. Good. I was tripping because it said low battery. Anyways, alpha equals AI because 1 plus 9 equals 10, 1 and 0, right? So since it equals AI, it actually equals AR, the acronym for augmented reality. Augmented reality. It's interesting. We got CG, right? 3 and 7 equals 10. So CG, computer graphics, acronym, is alpha in energy. It's just funny things. We have do, we have dx, etc., etc. We have C, we have sir, but the most important one that I really wanted to illustrate in a different video is around here. Okay, let's see. So right here, we got AI and we have AIR because I is equal to R according to numerology and fact logic. Agree that A couldn't do it. So it's like A B C D E F G H I J. So the first 10 letters, right? And essentially J equals 1. So air. Prana, like oxygen or gas. Air basically is alpha energy. You couldn't have life without air. No wonder it's in alpha numerology. These codes are so fascinating, but at the same time, you tend to get bored of them. You know? I don't know. Maybe it's it's meant for just people that um, are highly interested in just weird stuff, I guess, because decoding is pretty weird. Yay. Okay, so what else do we have? I think I showed you this last time. Um, the inverse for the 2n 1y, uh, we have it here on alpha. We have, okay, so, mm, okay, so, where to go? Yep. Let's see. Okay, so right here, we can clearly see the blue lettering is the Y, what my finger just went over. We have Y, Y, E, Y, Y, N, Y, Y, W. So E and W equals 5 respectively on its own, but essentially I put them in groups of 3 to make it easier to read. I was gonna do it alphabetically, like all these codes will come out completely alphabetical in each of their sections, but I soon realized that it was not a good idea. I actually did beta in that format. Watch. So hold on to the 2n 1y. We'll get back to it. No worries. I just wanna shows real quick. Basically, on here we have the B section, but if you notice, this is actually in alphabetical order. We got A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, you know, etc. But since A equals J and also it equals S, I decided to group those. B equals K because K is the 20th letter, and it also equals T because it's actually K is 11, my bad. K is 11 and T equals 20. How about that? But yes, so if 2y 1n equal alpha, right? What does 2n 1y equal? If 2y 1n equals alpha, then what does essentially we get right here. We get infinity. We got an 8. And all this section right here illustrates the ends of trios that equal 8. So here's what's interesting, because we also have NOO, F, FON. No, these combinations. We have NOO, we have 2N, 1Y. So how do we get from alpha energy being 2Y, 1N to, this infinite gate of possibilities? How do we get there mathematically? What actions do we take? And since actions have definitions through words, then basically we could decrypt something such as all of a sudden seeing This is like basically working with magic, I guess you could say, but through speech. Because if everything has a calculation, everything we do, every thought we make, everything we feel as well, I guess is it only proves that the mind itself of one being can literally do anything. Legitly, like, it could even imprison itself and make itself forget of its past life. Amnesia. Anyways, so I guess from 1 to 8, we would add 7. 7. So then we'd have to look over there and see what we find. But to write all the codes down, it does get tedious and a bit boring. Um, that's why I only did the sets of 3 for every value from 1 to, excuse me, from 1 to 9, you know, because 10, we're just basically spin circles here. But I did end up highlighting my dictionary, and it's both Spanish and English. You know, it's coming quite a it's quite what's the word? It comes in handy when I'm bored and I'm just basically trying to get trying to get more calculations done so I could basically just start using this new dialect right off the bat. Because essentially, if what we say affects us and affect the surrounding area, then essentially so do our actions, you know? Because we're basically kind of driven by emotion, but what is emotion if not motion of electricity, energy? That weird construct in our brain that somehow energy is supplied throughout the brain, the nervous system, basically our whole structure. And I don't know, it just seems hilarious that our inner structure, everything that like you connect from the brain to the heart to all your body parts. Basically, if you get bit on your leg, you would feel it. You're like, ah, what the fuck? And you see it's a fucking snake, and you're like, oh shit, run, hospital. But yeah, this is coming in handy because it's kind of easier to use certain words because we've already been using them from time to time. But essentially, there are many words that actually have uh, different meaning, or it used to have a different meaning. Per se, nice. According to etymology, what its research on the word nice would make you want to stop using the word nice because essentially it used to be a crude insult per se to call someone nice, especially to their face. Yo, that hurts their feelings. But yeah, this is kind of interesting because I've come across a bit of fuck logic insanity, and since Monday Madness, um, The two eights. Yeah, exactly. See, you gave such a great example right there. That's hey. What about the guys that used to be called? I mean, their birth name used to be Dick. Now they most of them changed their name to something like Richard. It's weird. All that ruckus, huh? I don't know. Do a backflip. Ah, you see. I would, but I wouldn't want to, end up in your backyard and be like, see, I told you I could do it. To a backflip. But kind of interesting how life starts with zero, shoots in one, and then somehow you have two, and it starts dividing, right? So everything starts dividing. That would mean that the alpha energetic words should essentially be um, connecting in a way to a beginning of something per se, because that's what the letter A's or alpha, the letter alpha's definition would indicate, according to fuck logic. Um, we got A E I O U, we got A B C D, etc., etc., and then we got the alphabet. Why couldn't we get different, um, you know, different words to it? And if you get into etymology, be careful because there's too many mystics out there that try to confuse the fuck out of people and scare the shit out of them. It's a weird concept to grasp, but it somehow works to calm psychosis. But again, if they're spreading fear and they're spreading people's anxiety, it kind of creates psychosis. So yeah, try to be careful with any etymology that you watch. But essentially, fuck logic is a form, a little more understanding to spirit of etymology. Etymology basically just takes words from way back and pull out its original um, appearances and definitions, pronunciations of the words. Because we don't call this letter, the A, alpha anymore. In Greece, they actually did call it alpha, which is interesting. Why the why? So, let's see if I can find an interesting word here. Wait, where was that one? Uh, hmm. Anyways, uh, interesting. No, that's not it. Sorry. I was about to say a specific one. Oh, what? No, 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 no. Hold up. Let me do the math real quick. Yeah, true. Wait, the fuck? Oh, true. So we have the words blaze equal alpha, bleed equals alpha. That's kind of scary. That's kind of scary that that has alpha alpha energy. We have call. We have. I'm just pulling out alpha energies for the topic of staying the same. I tend to go from one letter to the next, or one number to the next number, and it just chaos. I don't know if you can read that one right. Crazy. Crazy means alpha. It's alpha energy. Damn. I guess now it makes sense why they switched what Christ actually said in his trials or whatever, um, before the execution, because he did not say, "I am the Alpha and Omega." He said something very interesting, and it's like it's something that you just don't expect anybody to state it so vigorously at our current age. Basically, he said, Yahuwah, you know? Yahuwah means YHWH. Let's see if I have it written down. I vaguely recall writing down its numerical value. I should have, yeah. So YHWH equals 1. Wow. Okay, I'm done. I'm done with this topic. Um, what do you want to talk about? Because essentially, I kind of I kind of hit walls like this where I kind of spook myself, and I'm just like, okay, um, I'll read you tomorrow, basically. As they say, todo cuadra in Spanish. That is like saying everything adds up, or I see the whole picture. Trip. Huh. Yahuwah is alpha. Wow. I don't know if you've heard this. Um, I guess kind of a unspoken, unwritten rule or something like that. More like a. It's more like everybody should just follow the rules kind of thing. They say you're not allowed to pronounce God's name. Henceforth, they created an acronym for God's name, which is the YHWH. Okay, but I did some research, and apparently they got these letters out of the words that they used in their scriptures to give God a name. Essentially, they broke it down numerically, and they said, okay, so the only way a 7 could appear like this is then, etc., in the book of Genesis, can only be God. And So they adopted this algorithm, this letter, or yeah, this basically letter value of per se a name, and apparently you can actually pronounce it, and it's forbidden to pronounce. Then they say it's forbidden to pronounce. That is why, according to their quote in quote out, it's forbidden to pronounce the name of God. That is why we only have the acronym of YHWH, um, and we cannot pronounce it. Bullshit, because the H is kind of the original alpha symbol. At the same time, it's not. It's just it's it's more of a footstool kind of thing. Because every dialect started evolving differently, so we don't know exactly where our original um, pronunciations of speaking originate from originally, you know. But nonetheless, it's actually very interesting because if I can add up the same thing, and as in basically that's decrypting these secrets right in our face. How do you hide something? What's the best way to hide something? In plain sight. As counterintuitive as that sounds, honestly, hiding things in plain sight tend to work a lot. The Marines use it too when they're running away from, imminent death by persecution or, terrorist acts or whatever. People are chasing after this Marine. What do? They stay in plain sight and they close their eyes. That's how they get away most of the times. I'm pretty sure it's not foolproof, and I'm pretty sure there has to have been incidents where it's not worked. But essentially, closing your eyes and just standing in plain sight can actually hide you from the eyes of someone else till they realize, wait, what the fuck? What are you doing there standing with your eyes closed? You know? But kind of weird, no? That is definitely weird. Hmm. Do you think in a way it's kind of like, hmm. Okay, full philosophical mode. On that scenario, basically closing your eyes um, allows your being to be perceived as not there, hiding in plain sight. Closing your eyes, that makes sense to some extent through spirituality, philosophical concepts of reality, etc., etc. We could go on with the list of these subjects that use certain terminology. But closing your eyes, could it be that we're meditating while we close our eyes, and essentially we're choosing which outcome arrives while we meditate? Like, what if we get caught? Maybe it's because we thought about it happening. Hmm, it's interesting. Damn. So essentially, I guess that's the agenda then. Making people think they're trapped but free. Wow. And it just keeps, cycling because essentially who's ever trying to control or manipulate the system, aka the reality, sadly falls short of being of at least neutral state. You know, I'm not gonna say one side's better than the other because essentially both sides have their inequalities according to origins, black and white, right? But um, essentially they work together, like legitly the black and white um, aspects, the duality. It's how things start evolving or revolving, because evolving is the same thing as revolving, or it could be just backwards, evolving backwards. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. I mean, you're young, so these concepts are gonna better serve you, but at the same time, um, essentially you decide if you get deeper in that subject because um, you tend to find some spooky stuff, honestly. You know, at least at least from what I've essentially experienced, you tend to just kind of put it down for a while. But yeah, let's see. It is 5:11. I'm at 10% charge. I'd definitely like to keep going because um, we are only as happy as our own insanity, and my insanity is words. The word, bird was the word. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, I got to go since it's almost 6. I have to be ready by 6 to go to work, etc. Um, you said you ended up getting a job, right? I'm not sure. I vaguely recall you saying that you got the job that you were gonna apply to, but then again, it it might have been differently said or spoken. So yeah, Mr. President, let me know like how it went with your interview and all that. Unless you already stated it in a video or a stream, then just send me a link. But peace out for now. Um, got a couple things to ponder about. You know, let's see. What are these options? Mute microphone, share. Oh, cool. So that's how move. I can't see. And phone is just started kind of sliding forward. Anyways, peace out. I'm just very curious, like how, right? Never mind.